Album review. Today's album is Dermot Kennedy, Without Fear. I'm joined today by myself, Denver, Joe,
Hello.
Will,
Yo.
and Aidan.
Dermot. That's right. I picked an album. I think that his voice is pretty incredible. And I think that a lot of artists are like this now. Right now, it's like the new meta. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a bit of a sucker for slow songs, but I can see why it wouldn't appeal to other people. Because he's basically the new king of passion singing. Like his voice really it comes from the core. Yeah, I read that. And like all the songs on this album have pretty good and consistent builds. That's one thing I noticed is just like all the songs have them.
Yes.
Thank
I would
you.
agree.
Thanks, Will.
I didn't notice them.
You definitely.
What are you talking about?
I noticed
Denver?
them in a few.
They were basically in all of them.
Yeah. Every song was like a passion builder kind of thing. It was that slow, build it up.
Maybe
build it up,
because I just
tasty, nice, powerful.
I would hear the first a few bars and be like,
"Ooh, man, that's
Denver. What the fuck?
No, this is okay.
Turn me off, bro.
This is okay. Don't worry about it.
I mean,
shut up. I think fuck off. Okay.
I don't want it. Oh, fuck's sake.
Go on, say what you want to say.
I was just going to say this is like what Denver says. Like in every album that we do, whenever there's like a slow one that Denver finds boring, this album was just all that.
Yeah,
no, not all of it.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Like songs like "Power Over Me" and "Giants" and
no, I'd agree. I'd agree with it. They are all pretty slow. Like regardless of the way that you look at it, they're all pretty slow, and I like that. And I can see why it wouldn't be anyone's cup of tea. If you were a small-minded, weak baby bitch, there I said it.
Doesn't like passion.
French
no passion. Denver's just all about it being rough, no foreplay.
I liked the music feel, and this was all like vocal feel.
Oh, and you did
music feel. What are you talking about?
Isn't that like the forefront of every song? Though?
No, the rhythm is.
Yeah, but this had emotional weights and.
Yes, but
yeah,
there was no drive, no rhythm.
Denver doesn't hear.
What are you talking about?
This is fine.
I get what he means. Like you look at an issue songs that has like all the rhythm and stuff, and then this. And...
Like if you just took out what he said and just had the backing music, it would be super boring.
It wouldn't be very good at all.
And you could say that about a lot of songs.
Yeah, of course you could.
Song.
Like issue songs, I keep bringing it back. You could just have as instrumentals, and they'd be fine.
Yeah, for the most part, but then you couldn't have him on his own. You couldn't just have, you better watch the headspace.
We always talk about Hero being the great one, but the opening line we can't ever remember to Hero. We can only ever remember it to the realist.
Man, but
you gotta watch the headspace.
That's all I hear him saying after that point.
I guess it depends how you look at it, though, because I feel like this music could be played on its own, but it'd be more like, rather than it being...
Wouldn't be very involving.
No, it's like a movie soundtrack kind of background, isn't it? It's more of like a vibey. You have to be in the right mood.
Definitely.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
It is how you look at it, but we're all looking out of a window, and Denver's just like sat on the kitchen floor staring at the tiles. He's completely missing the forest.
Denver's watching a dance, looking at a dance floor, and he's like, I can't dance to this, bro. We're sat in the back of a car on a long journey, just like looking at the raindrops. Nobody.
We're gonna die.
We're in the.
Oh no, maybe I'm driving, thinking this is boring, and all you guys are like leaning back, staring out the window, like. Oh,
I'm just crying.
Yeah, but what's new?
I'm dead.
Cool.
He vibed that much that he died.
Vibe check. Dead.
You'll have to vibe so hard.
Bro, did you ever vibe so hard you just died, bro? Yeah, so hard.
Bro.
That's what happened to Michael Jackson. He vibed too hard.
No, kids.
Allegedly.
That got me so fucking.
I knew he was going to say it. As soon as someone fucking mentioned it, I was like, I'm ready for this. Just fucking do it.
Allegedly.
You weren't ready fast enough.
No.
I think the worst song, in my opinion, was Moments Past. I thought it was still pretty good, but it had that strange, like, it was like him singing in the background again, but they put it on one of them stream decks and randomly pressed it throughout the song. And I didn't really like that.
We had like croaky CeeLo Green on the front.
Yeah, it's still a good song. No. Fuck. Yeah, no, it's still a good song, but like it was just my least favorite. And also the choruses weren't as powerful in that one. I'm going to use the word powerful quite a lot in this review.
It's very music.
It's very what you would call lo-fi, that song.
I was literally about to say that,
yeah. I really like lo-fi stuff. It's like very like it's kind of got like almost like an underwater type of sound. You know? I really like it. I really gel with that type of thing. Oh, check.
I do like lo-fi stuff. It's just like that didn't tickle my
compared to the other songs, it's like it's just becomes a bit of a nothing song, doesn't it?
I don't know what lo-fi means.
Okay, thanks, Denver.
Thank
you.
You can look it up between seconds.
He'd hate it. It's got no singing in lo-fi.
For the most part.
That's not necessarily true.
Mostly doesn't have singing. It's
lo-fi, according to its creator, Eric Matthews, stands for low fidelity. This type of sound recording that contains technical flaws that make the recording sound differently compared to live sound. Such as distortion, hum, background noise, or limited frequency response. There you go.
People use it to study to, don't they? Like, if you ever like, instead of, because the trouble with putting like songs with like loads of like dancey type, production value, it like distracts you. Whereas people like,
I think it lowers the intensity of the music itself. Sounds really weird, but like in my head, it makes sense.
It vibes you out, bro. It's all about the vibes.
Stop saying vibes.
Vibe check.
Fuck off. It's like you found one thing and have just like.
That's all this review is. I vibed with my third favorite song because it's a vibe.
How many more fucking like random memes can we bring up? It can't have been me. I wasn't the imposter. I was doing wires.
I don't know that one.
Did you know? None of these?
No idea, Aidan.
I forgot that you guys only use TikTok.
Mainly.
Tragic. Third favourite, The Corner.
Oh, interesting.
A weird one. It caught my attention, and I didn't expect it to basically become such a full-fledged song based on how, based on like how simple the start is.
Yeah,
it really becomes like
it kicks in.
Oh, no, it doesn't kick in because it more like creeps in.
Yeah,
like depression.
Do you know what it reminds me of?
Go on.
Photograph by Ed Sheeran. In the way kind of like,
look at this graph.
Different song.
Kind of like the timbre of all the music and stuff, definitely.
What I realised about The Corner was that it was the 7th song, so it was like turning the corner in the album.
Thanks, Denver.
Great.
Thanks, bro.
What does that mean? Because like, are you implying that it gets like better from there? Or
I'm just implying that if the album's a journey,
right?
They get to the corner and he thinks, you know what? I'm lost. I'm going to head back
to Rome.
But then I'm outnumbered.
Yeah,
and dancing under red skies because
on its own.
I've outgrown redemption without fear.
That's so bad.
That sounded deep. You've outgrown redemption without fear.
In 2020, Riggings Recording Limited, under exclusive license to Island Records, a division of Universal Music Operations. Sorry, I'll carry on.
Thanks.
I've outgrown redemption, boys.
But I don't know. I thought that The Corner was actually a real supply. Yes. It's a I thought it was a real surprise. You know, like a flashbang in a fridge.
Just don't expect it.
Fuck, my milk! Second favourite, Power Over Me.
Power
That's right.
over me.
Although I've heard it like a stupid amount of times, I still really enjoy like the actual song, the entire vocal hook. And I think it actually shows his range better than a lot of the songs on this album. I really enjoyed it. It's good. Big brain.
Big brain.
And it confirms Joe's theory, fourth song is always good.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
I mean, it is good. I don't I wouldn't ever doubt that. But number one was Rome. All right. Sad, depressing, deep, meaningful, slow, simple, heartfelt, empowering, magical, sexy, all words to describe me.
It's a I won't say it. It's a good song. I was gonna say it's a vibe, but
Also the song's pretty good too.
bro.
Well, when in Rome.
What do you mean?
When in Rome, outnumbered.
When in
Dancing
Rome.
under red skies. I've outgrown redemption.
Redemption without fear. Without fear, bro.
That's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Giants.
Thanks, Aidan.
Guys, am I part of the joke? Yeah, overall, not what I was expecting, but I was still pleasantly surprised.
Well, what do you think you were expecting?
Just fucking ass and titties in the face, bro.
Wet ass pussy.
You didn't get that, but you were still happy with what you got anyway.
Yeah, cock and ball torture. It's funny.
Chinese torture.
Stamp on testicles.
Isn't Chinese torture like the worst type of torture?
That's just racist.
No, that's just listening to metal. Well.
Yo. So the first time I'd listened to Dermot Kennedy was actually with my mum. Shout out Karen. And we heard Giants.
Big up Karen.
We very rarely talk about music because she's very into like your classic like Westlife and shit like that. Not that it's shit. Don't mind a bit of Westlife.
Basically every mum ever.
Basically every mum ever.
Mm-hmm.
And we was just like in the car and was like, this is sick. Like my mum said that especially. She was like, this is sick with the cap.
She said this is
She
sick.
said this is sick.
No, she didn't. Obviously.
This is sick, Will.
With a new era cap on and all of her chains and a Rolex watch.
She's
She
like,
was
Will,
like,
this is a vibe,
sick,
bro.
This is a vibe.
Right.
Where it all came from. And that's when I first started. Obviously, I then realised that it was him that had sung like Power Over Me and Outnumbered, because I think they came out before Giants, I want to say.
Yes.
Yeah?
Giants is recent.
And I was like, shit, this is really good. And I noticed he'd got an album, and I had been meaning to pick him for a while. He's on my list of albums to pick.
You fobbed it onto Aidan.
And Aidan needed something. But he didn't have to pick it. It wasn't my thing.
He could have picked what I suggested.
Aidan can take all the credit. I'm more than happy because it's fucking great. This is a great album.
I didn't take any credit.
I know, but you should.
Allegedly.
Pick the right one. Allegedly. I think it's a fucking great album. He's got a fantastic voice. And like you say, he very much falls into that trend at the minute of like people like Lewis Capaldi and like James Arthur. Who else we got? We've got
I wouldn't say James Arthur.
No, I would. Like,
yes, you would. That generally like raspy.
I like James Arthur.
What's that guy called?
Bore off.
He's like kind of fat and ginger, like Rag and Bone Man.
Oh,
and who's
Tom Walker? Tom Walker.
God, I really
Tom Grennan.
Sam Fender.
Like Will Young.
Oh yeah, Will Young.
Oh,
great guy. Fucking hell, whatever happened to him?
Tyrone Wells.
No, I've not listened to his music in ages.
Will Smith from Jamini Man.
Jamimi Man. My favourite film, Jamimi Man, starring Will the Rock Johnson.
Will the Rock. Rest in peace, Barack.
Rest in peace, What the fuck?
And now we're racist.
Speaking of Barack Obama, it was just great, you know. Like, the only thing I will say is the first, like, I listened to it about 5 times in 2 days, and I had to take a bit of a break because I'd listened to it that many times. It was starting to get a bit like, I felt like it was a bit long. And it took me till the last 2 listens. Again, I probably listened to it about 9 times, I'm not going to lie. And it took me till the last couple listens to realize the end of the album is actually really good. Especially like a couple of the songs at the end, which I didn't really realize until I had listened to that final 2 listens. Sorry. The worst for me was Moments Past as well. I feel like it was a bit of a nothing song. It's still good. Don't get me wrong. But it's just, I feel like nothing really happens, and the kind of whatever he puts on, is it? I don't know if it's him singing and he's just put that over his voice, or it's actually someone else.
He does sing in the album.
I'm assuming it's him. Like
it's just with a toe, whatever you'd call it, on his voice. It's still good. Like I'm pretty sure he puts that in like All My Friends as well, doesn't he? It's the only other one that seems to have that little.
Friends are wasted.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Oh, what a song! You're not sure what I'm talking about?
No.
Do you mean like? I mean like the
proper
deep. Like, he's got a raspy voice anyway, but then there's like that overcast. Like what's the right word for it? It's like
underlining.
It's like this. Right,
harmony.
So Moments Past is the main part of it. Is like him being like super, super deep voiced.
Yeah.
And it's got him in the background singing normally.
Oh, you mean like when they've double tracked it, but he's like done one layer higher?
Yes, and it's like, it sounds proper trippy. And he's done that a bit in All My Friends.
As double tracking. Surely it's literally just a fucking different.
Yeah. Probably. I don't know what he'd class it as, but I noticed he only really put that in All My Friends as well. But I thought it worked really well in that song. Probably better than it did in Moments Past, because Moments Past was pretty much solidly that, and it made it a bit less listenable than the rest.
Was the outro really long in that, and it was just that thing on repeat, or was it like, am I just tripping balls?
No, it was
the outro. I think that was why I just.
It was the same like verse over and over. Still, like I say, nothing was bad on the album, and I don't think that was bad. It was just a bit. It felt like a bit of an interval song, if anything, which isn't always a bad thing, but it was a bit forgettable.
Well, it was just before they turned the corner, so gotta have a little rest.
Well, yeah, you have to be fair. It was.
Denver, if you're not going to contribute anything real, then don't fucking speak. No, I'm fucking with you. It's just like Denver just comes in with these like dad jokes and what.
I love how you're like, oh, I'm fucking with you, but then when you tell me to shut up, you don't say, oh, I'm fucking with you.
Because I'm not joking. Let's turn a corner on this conversation.
I found the album in general quite emotional, you know? Like, I feel like all the lyrics are so well written. I didn't actually write any of the lyrics down
What
that
font
I noticed
were they
really
in?
liked.
Sorry, I'm gonna shut up.
You fucking cock.
Such an asshole. I thought some of them were proper well written. Nothing, even though there's like proper, not soppy love songs, but there's some proper deep, meaningful shit. It never feels cringy at any point. Like
it always comes from some sort of emotion, doesn't it?
Yes. It never gets past that point of being like, oh god, just like stop. It's like always kind of stays on like the perfect level for me, which I really liked. Third for me was a bit of a surprise. Because it wasn't until like the final couple listens that it really stood out to me, and that was Outgrown. I really like the guitar melody at the start, and I feel like the way it kind of builds up in the song, which the whole song is filled build-ups, but I feel like that one stood out to me more because before I'd kind of neglected the end of the album because I did feel it was quite, like I say, like I felt because it was quite long, it almost made me lose interest towards the end until I properly took time to listen to the end bit, and I was like, holy shit, why did I not notice this song before? And it just took me by surprise. I thought it was really good. Some of the best vocals in the album, and the drum beats. That's another thing as well. This whole album is full of like some proper ace drum beats, which works really well for the like build-ups, obviously. My first favorite is, I think, is one of the whole reasons it's so good is because of the drum beat building it up. Second for me was Rome. Very close, very, very, very close to being the first favourite. It was pretty much the entire time, again, until the final 2 listens. Which I think is quite good that I actually took a break from the album because it gave me like a different perspective coming back to it. I said to Aidan midway through this, how much that song was kind of playing on my heartstrings. I just thought it was so fucking nice and had like just everything good about a song in it, which is why it's so close to being number 1. But number 1 was actually What Have I Done? Again, right at the end when it fucking hit me, like I was like, fucking hell, like how powerful is this fucking album? And especially that has like the best build up out of the entire album for me. It's so like the drum beat is just the most like iconic on the album. That I don't know if that's the right word to use because it's only on this album, but it stood out to me more than anything. The best vocals on the entire album. Again, it was that one song that was so. It could have been so easily cringy, but it didn't ever get to that. It was just so well written and structured. And I just thought it worked perfectly. And it made me very emotional. And I thought, and it's been a long while since the song's actually kind of like hit me, and an album in general. Because I remember just listening to it and thinking like, shit, like it's just fucking awesome. So all credit to him because like I say, there's been no album just lately that's kind of like hit me like that. Which is really cool. Which is a testament to his writing.
Hang on, what about Lizzo?
Bro, that hit me hard. No, that was just more like the message, whereas this is kind of like the general, just everything.
I was actually good. Yes.
There's definitely better lyrics.
It's all opinion, though, isn't it? Like, there's no.
No, definitely. Like, it is hard to compare like this to Lizzo's album.
Yeah, it's completely different. It's like aesthetics, isn't it? It's just
because Lizzo's just a lot more enjoyable to listen to than.
Wrong.
But yeah, honourable mentions. I didn't actually pick any of the ones that were in the charts or the actual singles because they were great songs. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like these stood out more. Maybe due to the fact I listened to the other ones a lot more, but I also feel like these were just kind of better written in general. So like Giants, Power Over Me, Outnumbered, fucking great. Redemption was really good. And even I'll Never Forget was a strange one because I thought it was going to be the worst at the start, and then just the way it kind of builds up is great. In general, fucking fantastic. It did feel like a deluxe album because of how long it was, but it worked. It was great.
Yeah, sorry.
I had a great time.
Thanks, Will.
Much enjoy. Thank you, Aidan, for picking my pick.
Thanks, Will.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Will.
What a vibe, bro.
Vibe.
Thank you.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
I'm so Kyle right now.
Joe.
I want to show you how to get free McDonald's by one simple trick. You only need a handgun.
We should probably mention our sponsor, right?
Handguns, yeah.
Yeah.
You can buy them at Walmart.
We're sponsored by Glock.
Rat-a-tat-tat. Meet your friends and kill them.
Get a free Glock with code CT.
Free Glock? That seems irresponsible.
Claim your free Glock from Spotify.
Oh, nice.
Should it be like, buy a Glock and use code CT to get your first box of ammo?
Oh yeah, 100 rounds.
To kill that neighbour that's pissing you off.
If you subscribe, you can get a lifetime supply.
Perfect for a day at the shooting range or the primary school, depending.
Outgrow redemption without fear. Shoot.
Thanks.
With a Glock.
With a Glock.
With a Glock.
Outgrow redemption. Damn. Buy a Glock.
Everything is better with a Glock.
Without fear. No fear with guns.
What have I done? Buy a Glock.
So lost in Rome, bro.
Turn a corner. Buy a Glock.
This was kind of a bottom-up turn, wasn't it?
Just don't do anything we've just said, please.
Why? It was all funny, Will.
No, I don't mean cut it. I just mean...
Wait, can you even buy
don't buy a Glock?
Just don't buy a Glock.
Buy a Glock, please.
Yeah,
but if you do, use code CT.
Use code CT to buy a Glock. We hate those scumbags over at Smith & Wesson.
Oh, no.
Scumbag.
And we get like 90% of the profit.
What profit? We're giving away guns. We're just mass arming people.
Gotta shoot the Rona out the sky, you know.
Gotta shoot the Rona. That sun's giving us skin cancer. Shoot it down. Shoot that bitch.
Fucking hell.
God damn. In fact, we scared it off for now, but it'll be back in 12 hours.
Pussy can't stay out all day like I can.
That's so stupid, but I love it. Just shoot the Rona. We scared it away. But it'll be back. It always comes back. From the West, no doubt.
Okay.
Terrible.
Gets to about 4 a.m. There it is!
I knew it'd be back.
I knew it!
It's always back earlier in summer for some reason.
Like lizard lick towing.
Oh, God.
Hey, come back here! Get back here! I've been caught again! God damn it.
The sun is back!
My name's Ronnie. This is my friend / brother / homosexual lover, Bobby.
Bobby Brown.
Hi, I'm Bobby.
Thing is, though, do you remember when we found out afterwards that Bobby's an actor? And it's like, it's fake?
I can't believe it's fake. It's impossible. There's no way.
No, always real.
And Bobby, like, always ended up like, how has he ended up in the trunk of the car that's being towed? Like, how has that happened?
It's like he's a fucking huge guy, and they tow him down the motorway. Oh, Bobby! How'd you get in there? Well, and what I did is I took some drugs and I passed out. And I woke up in this here trunk, and then I woke up and fired at the sun, but then it ran away. I used my free Glock. I used my free Glock. I got it from TP.
Oh, God.
God damn it, Bobby!
Don't you think like the main guy looks like Abraham from The Walking Dead? You know,
Yes.
the guy with
Ronnie.
Yeah, he does.
I was a big fan of Amy, who I'm pretty sure was just a dude.
Are they married?
Maybe.
He also looks like
I like the idea though that they got married in the show, but then like suddenly they hear a noise. They're like, "What's that?" And Bobby's in the trunk again. On their wedding day.
He also looks like the
Clash of Clans guy.
Oh, he does look like him. Bobby!
Get jerked. I like how one of his eyes is bigger than the other.
Riders, Bobby. Get the hog riders in here.
Joe. Dermot Kennedy.
Yeah. I thought this album was great.
Hey.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Now, I remember listening to the first 3 songs and fucking think this is going to be fucking amazing. And although my initial thought was amazing, it went down to great. If that's
I would say great
different.
was, I don't know, it's great better than amazing.
I don't know. No, I wouldn't say so. Is there a scale? Is there a scale somewhere?
And I'll find a scale.
I don't know. Thanks, Aidan.
Called the vibe check.
Yeah, got the vibe check. I thought this album's detriment was lack of vocal hooks.
I'd say that was a good analysis.
Yeah,
I'd say that's wrong.
because a lot of the songs became forgettable because it didn't have that main hook. It kind of changed all the way throughout the song. Like every section was something different, and that's not the same for every song. But for the most part, it made all the songs kind of forgettable, and I couldn't really recite any of them because of that. What I did like, how like there was like instant contrast at the beginning. So you've got like Giants, which is like probably one of the only upbeat songs on the album, and then immediately after you've got like Sad Song. And I liked that immediate contrast, but then it was Sad Song for the rest of the album. So I don't know, it was kind of good. But he has like an absolutely fantastic voice. Like his range is insane. How he can go like so low and then bam, he's like singing high. You know, he never goes too high, but he stays just in the part. You think, yeah, that's nice. He's got like little grit in his voice, you know. That's really cool. And most of this was like lo-fi stuff, and I really like lo-fi stuff. Like that's why like Pretty Venom was kind of lo-fi on the all-time low, and that's why it was like my favorite song on that album. Because I like that kind of stuff at the minute. It's just chill, you know. You can imagine just like I always imagine like on the balcony of a hotel, like looking over a beach when listening to this kind of stuff, having a cigarette in one hand, glass of Strongbow dark fruits in the other.
Fuck off, you just ruined the analogy.
Just a glass of Rona.
Just vibing on the beach.
You may as well have just said vibing on the beach, sat on your fucking sunbed, cum in my mouth.
Sat on your mum's sunbed, shagging your sister.
Someone shit on the floor.
Someone shat on the floor.
Like, fuck off, Joe.
I choked on me fag. I shat it on your mum's bed.
Can I change it to Cuban cigar?
Yeah, fuck it.
Cuban cigar in one hand,
That's
whiskey
racist.
neat in the other.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Single malt.
I don't like
Shaken,
whiskey.
not stirred.
I don't like any. Like I always get taken the mick of because I don't like any manly drinks. The stereotype manly drinks. You know,
You don't drink
You just got
anything anyway.
Yeah, you
I
don't
drink-
drink a lot.
gin, Strongbow, apple sour.
Pussy.
I like rum. That Kraken. I like Kraken.
Good boy.
Kraken's really nice.
Great choice.
But I also like Malibu.
Also good boy. I like Malibu, but it's a bit sweet.
You can't really get drunk on it, can you?
No, it takes too long.
No, it does. You have to have like 50, and by the time you just want to throw up because your stomach is full.
Right, there's a weird crackling going on.
Sorry. I'm literally. I don't know why, but my default. I had like a little packet of picks, and my default was just to crush it with my hands constantly.
Sorry, hang on. Sorry, I'm just defaulting. You know, I love this paper.
Yeah, it's like ASMR.
Is it?
Yeah.
Your voice is ASMR, Joe.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's
my
the
God.
least favorite.
Okay, so today I'm going to show you my deodorant can.
I got so into that and so out of it so quickly.
Oh, I can't hear it.
What's that? What was that?
I think the range there is so crazy. Like one is so loud and the other's not.
ASMR.
It's like ear rape ASMR. It's like you don't know when it's going to happen, but at some point in the 20 minutes, it's going to peak like crazy.
I still think that somebody should put a jump scare in porn at some point. Just to see how many people just like rip their dick
It
out.
definitely exists. That's probably what some people get off.
No,
of.
surely like the opposite would be like just put a picture of like an old woman.
Right, just surprise old woman.
Some people get off.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah,
like
but you put it on a completely contrasting video.
I like it.
Like what?
Like
Gay porn, just an old granny.
Gay porn.
Yeah, an old granny.
and then two straight people are doing it halfway through the gay porn. They're like, oh, disgusting.
Oh, they just stop. It's like it's subverting expectations.
Yeah.
Isn't that like how they tried to treat like homosexuality in
But
like,
just
the
showing them
asylum?
pictures of
They
people
did.
having
I think they
sex.
tried to force them to look at naked pictures of
It's fucking crazy. There's still things like that exist, like groups that are trying to like force get like it's like fat camp, but it's not. It's like gay camp, and they're like trying to tell people that it's wrong and that they can learn to not be gay. It's like
And like you can learn to not like kids if you're a paedophile.
That is really bad, though, isn't it?
It's crazy. Like it's like forcing. They're like it's so mad, but a lot
Like KKK, but the Not I was about to say the Australian.
I thought you were going to say the gay. But,
Yeah, that's where I was going, but you thingied it. Fuck's sake.
Sorry.
I fucked it though.
Come on, keep going.
My least favorite is my least favorite is controversial. My least favorite is.
Stop speaking like that.
Did you just don't say it. Take it back.
My least favorite is Rome.
No, it's not. Come the fuck on.
It's not a bad song. It's not a bad song. There's no bad song in this album.
Why are you so ear rapey now? What happened?
Just a bit forgettable.
Oh my fucking.
That's it, really. There's nothing else to it.
Like many of the songs,
Yeah,
kind of meh.
kind of meh. Yeah, I would agree. There is not a bad song on this album, but like it could have been another song. Like it could have been "Dancing Under Red Skies." That was kind of forgettable as well. But like I say, it's not a bad song at all. It falls to the same detriment as I said before, is it just doesn't have like a main hook. It's just a build, stop. You know, that's all it is.
You've got to respect people's opinions and things. It's sometimes really hard. You know? It's like really hard because that song fucking ruined me the first time I listened to that.
Lyrically, Rome included, like all these songs are lyrically fucking amazing. It's just pure poetry, and that sounds really like cringy, but it is. Right. It is so like you could imagine this being like spoken word type of stuff. Like it's really powerful.
Just
and
like
it was powerful. Rome, and that's definitely the strongest point of this album is his like lyrical writing. Just the way he wrote the songs are absolutely incredible. But the issue is like I'd be in the car and I'd have it like as background music, and like I won't be able to tell when the song changed. Like they're very much the same, you know, same instrumentation type of thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I like it.
That I guess it's a good thing, but for me it was a bad thing because I couldn't differentiate between any of the songs until I'd listened to it more. Well, obviously more and more, which I guess normal. But you know, I should be able to hear differences, and for the most part, I kind of couldn't. I think that's fair.
It's so crazy because I got to a point of just being able to tell you what each song is.
Right? I could honestly only remember I can only remember how one song goes right now.
I bet that's Giants.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I've had it like in my head constantly.
I can only remember how Power Over Me goes right now.
I mean, wow.
And that's because it's the title.
It's so crazy, isn't it? How like someone can have such a strong perspective, and then you almost feel like surely no one else can not have this. But then you just get it's so strange how like perspective is just so crazy.
I'm definitely going to listen to this album more outside of album review. Like, shut up! Is it your review?
What is this half glass empty shit, Denver?
It's just a glass, Will.
It's just a glass with water in it.
Right now.
It is.
It acts like it's terrible because it's just not.
I just like how he's like throwing in little digs. Like that's my
I'm
favorite.
Just trying to do my review, and he's like, no.
But come on,
I'm waiting for my review, and everyone takes too long. So
Will used to be sat there going like, disagree, and it's just like, fuck you, Will.
I was a bit of an arsehole last week, to be fair.
Yeah, it's because you were wrong.
I wasn't respected. I got really angry for no reason.
Yeah, you threw a hissy fit because we were shitting on Lizzo.
No, I felt shut down, you know, and I was hungover, so it wasn't helping, and I was just getting triggered for no reason.
I'm feeling hungover now. Can we carry on?
He's going on tour, by the way.
Is he?
What, Lizzo?
24th of April, Dermot, which is next
Lizzo
year.
featuring Dermot Kennedy.
£30 a ticket. Jesus Christ!
I don't think
Jesus
I'd
Christ,
go.
that's not expensive.
What?
It's not.
Yeah, that's not.
Usually like £20 a ticket.
Drake's like £90 a ticket, and Post Malone
that's overpriced, isn't it?
$75.
Post Malone's like, I'm pretty sure.
It's the current
overpriced.
was 25.
Who?
See against the current.
Yeah, but they're a cheap band. They're like a no-one band.
Yeah, they're not.
Really, they should have been a tenner, to be honest.
fuck off.
No, genuinely they should though, because it's all to do with like reputation and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
but they've got a big reputation now. Like they're really popular.
That's like going to see a
They've
Chelsea
got,
game with like Lewis Capaldi, and then you go to a Grimsby game, and that's like against the current.
Genuinely, yeah.
They've got 3 million monthly listeners now. So,
yeah, but how many has Dermot Kennedy got?
8
million.
5 million more.
You know, you always think like in perspective like that, don't you? Like you go like, 4 million and 5 million, not a big difference, but that's a fucking lot of people.
How many listeners do you get, Joe?
And relevance can.
You want to look at JMMD's monthly listeners?
Relevance can change so quickly.
I'm one of them. I listen to your song.
I was going to say, I listened to one the other day as well.
Oh, did you? Which one did you listen to, Denver?
The ones with me in it.
Fighting.
Oh, fuck off. Stop putting on fighting.
I'm determined to make it Joe's most popular song.
No.
It is my most popular song.
Ah, fuck.
The second is Falling For You Remastered.
Damn it, I need to click on that a few more times.
Yes, it's at the top, boys.
Listen to a JMMD fighting, everyone.
Don't do that.
Please do it. Now.
We just get to the point where it actually gives you a number, Joe.
Yeah, that was my plan.
No, it's less than 1,000 at the minute. Look, once we get to 1,000, all 1,000 get free Glocks.
Hey,
with code
nice.
CT.
Why does Denver have a lot of Glocks now?
Use code CT.
It's actually not even a one-time use code.
Just the infinite use.
I just keep making a new email.
We get viral videos like Mr. Beast by going like, we give our 1 millionth subscriber an armory. An armory.
Give them a Glock.
We gave our 1,000th subscriber JMMD album EP thing.
Yeah, isn't that just a fucking insult?
What?
Giving them a JMMD?
That's not true. It's a signed copy. Joe, you just smeared on this with your shit.
That's my signature.
Signed.
Sealed, delivered.
Third favourite. It's Corner.
Fuck, are we only on the third favourite?
Yeah, the Corner.
Okay, what's your second favourite?
What that?
No, come on. Because I never really got into Corner, but you guys are liking it. So
fucking love Corner.
It was one of my favourites.
Really? I wonder why I didn't get into it.
I'm lying, I can't remember.
I actually really liked fucking What I've Done, but like I never even put it in my top 3. Genuinely, wrong song.
To face myself.
I've shit myself.
Why won't you? Isn't that a Linkin Park song?
Yes.
No, it was.
Sad.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Who allegedly died.
Oh, nice. He's not even dead.
I hadn't seen his grave.
I haven't seen his body.
That's so fucked up. I got to ID the body.
I don't believe anyone's dead till I see him.
You walk over and just like put your hand in his mouth. You're like, yeah, he's dead.
Quite.
Okay. Yeah, it's super morbid and very untimely.
No, what you do is you pinch their nose to see it.
Bet you're breathing.
You just cover their mouth. It's like you could have told me to stop in a minute. You can't breathe.
You just punch him in the balls.
Nice try, any man.
Nice try, Chadwick.
Oh, guys, this is bad.
Oh god,
it feels so fresh.
It's too fresh. Carry on.
The Corner was my third favorite because of the second half of the song. It kind of built a little bit more rhythm. Like Denver says, it's a bit more rhythmically interesting.
Did I say that about that song?
You just said this whole thing
loved it. It was your favourite song. The reason being is because, damn it, Dermot Kennedy's such a sexy boy.
He's Irish. You know
it's one of those head boppers, you know?
Head bop? You would class the Corner as a head
Not
bop?
like a head banger, just like, you just sit in the corner and you just
vibing.
Literally sit in the corner.
Just vibing.
You just vibe. Yeah, you just vibe. Second favourite, An Evening I Will Not Forget.
Hey.
And this song immediately hit me. Like, I thought this was so fucking emotional. and just the whole build of it was great. And then it had that kind of instrumental bit towards the end. It just vibed with me, you know? It was a big vibe. I really liked it. I thought at the start, and I was like, oh, there's a lot of pauses here, but it's just nothing. And then, fuck, I just dropped something. And then it just got going, and I was like, fuck. And it is like what I was saying earlier, it's like a big poem, and it's really fucking cool. My first favourite, Giants. I feel like I'm a bit sheepish picking Giants because it is his most popular song. 29 million plays.
Wait, is it? What about Power Over Me?
Power Over Me is more popular, is in how many listens, but Giants is more popular at the minute.
Right.
This most relevant song of his.
Yeah.
Most relevant right now.
I Outnumbered has more listens as well. So
I mean, they were all his singles.
Outnumbered was his like breakthrough.
Yeah.
Was it? That's cool. So Outnumbered is his third favorite.
Third favorite.
Yeah, Dermot Kennedy's review.
I ruined it. Whatever. Great. Giants was just like a normal song, and although it's kind of my favorite just because of how well it contrasts everything else on the album. Like I feel like everything else in the album you can put into one category, and then Giants is its own kind of thing. And I feel like I might have heard it before. I probably have, but yeah, it was just kind of a normal structured song. It had the hook. It had like the thing that gets you, and that's why it was my favorite. There's a bit more upbeat as well, and that doesn't mean it's a better song. It just gelled with me a bit more. That's all. So all in all, I thought it was a great album. Really love his voice, and just thought some of them were a bit forgettable. There you go. Done.
Thank you, Joseph.
I accept most of your opinions, but I don't accept Rome being the worst. That just hurts my heart. I can't believe it.
I still wouldn't say no to like if someone put it on. I wouldn't be like, oh, get rid of this. Like it's still a good song.
So I burnt the top of my mouth on a hot pizza earlier.
How did that feel?
Well, when in Rome.
I want in Rome. Rome lockdown again.
Denver, don't be nasty about this album, please.
Found this album. Well, his voice is very good. I just found it very disinteresting. I never wanted to listen to this album. I only listened to it to the minimum 3 times. There wasn't really any vocal hooks apart from in the songs which I had already heard a million times, like on the radio. So then I still wasn't interested to hear them. His songs are all very like this emotional drive, but I think the fact that that is every song, it kind of makes them stand out so much less. Because every song's like that, you know. It's not like he's got an album full of difference. They're all like emotional, like trying to like grasp at the feels. But because every song's doing that, I'm kind of like, well, I'm used to that now. I want different stimulus from the songs, and it just never came. So, which meant after the first few songs, I kind of just went. Literally, my notes were just like, meh. I have nothing to say about this. I'm so disinterested. I found like he had a very unique tone, but it wasn't a very unique sound. Like, so his voice itself sounded unique, but the way in which he was singing and everything, it's kind of like you say, it's kind of like the thing at the moment with a lot of artists. So it didn't feel fresh or really any different to what someone else couldn't already do. Like, I feel like Lewis Capaldi does this kind of thing, but just better, and his songs are more varied. Yeah, just that. But having said that, though, when I was listening to it, I was like, I imagine he's really good live because a lot of his songs, his vocals is like exaggerated on top of the music. You know, like some people sing or like bands, and their singing is a part of the music. I felt like his vocals were very on top of the music. Like the music was very in the background to his vocals. It wasn't one, which is why to me, I was like, I'm more interested in the music, even though weirdly I don't like songs with vocals, but still, I just think that was.
It's all right. No, it's fine. It's all hard when we admit that we're a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah. Least favourite was Rome.
Fuck off!
What is this?
Yes, Denver.
Like many of the songs on this album,
What?
just kind of meh. And when I went through all the meh songs, that one was the most meh.
I cannot believe this.
It's
Really?
Fucking
Yeah,
legit.
legit.
You didn't just Joe Mid with that and swap it at the last second.
No, it was Rome from
Do
the
you know what
beginning.
this is,
Which is why
Aidan?
when
It's another fucking glass leg, whatever it's called. Like,
What?
right, mine and Joe's
Hilarious.
picks are very similar, which is interesting.
Fucking bullshit.
It's
Bro,
like you guys
what is
listen.
this?
You guys listen to music. Me and Will feel it.
Yeah.
No, I feel no. I feel like it's
So
the other way. I feel like me and Joe feel it, and you and Will listen.
No, other way.
I agree with Denver.
No, get fucked because we have an emotional attachment to it, whereas you've got
because of
about
what he's
a
saying,
much
because you're
emotional
listening.
attachment of plywood.
Yeah, because
If he says nothing-
you're listening, but
Go
me and
on.
Denver feel.
If he says nothing, then what? That's
Then you're-
totally different. Me and Will would quite probably happily listen to the fucking acoustics version of this. Not acoustic, completely just instrumental.
Exactly.
I would fucking love this kind of shit. Whereas you're just like, I wouldn't want to listen to that because you don't feel it, Denver.
No, I'm
You're
saying
trying
we
to claim
feel
that
it. And
you're
there's
trying to
nothing
take the
feel.
moral high ground. Fuck
No,
you.
yeah, there's you're feeling his emotional weight behind the lyrics, but you're listening to it. Whereas me and Denver feel the actual
No, you
music.
don't.
The
It's a
song as a
complete
whole.
You're
opposite.
literally
The
just
song-
flipping it on your head.
the song as a whole coming together.
Yes.
You feel it.
We
Yes,
feel
I
it.
agree. No, you
No,
listen.
you guys just
You're
listen to the
completely
lyrics.
wrong.
Your fucking head in the sand. You have no idea what you're talking about.
You literally, it's actually bullshit what you're saying.
I stand by
right now.
Joe.
Well, of course
Joe-
you do. Joe's
Joe's the one with the music qualifications. So
I'm right.
So
Denver,
Joe's
this is
right.
the first time we've teamed up. I like it.
Yeah, but that just shows you how much bullshit it is.
since
The fact that
we
Denver
played
and fucking Joe
Saints
teamed up.
Row the Third for the first time.
Because you didn't feel this album at all. It just makes no sense what you're saying. Because you didn't feel like the emotional thing about it. Because you're like,
Yeah, because I wasn't
it's meh.
listening.
There you go.
What the fuck?
Third favourite, Redemption. It was a bit more electronic, had a bit more going about it than a lot of the other songs. Just a different vibe. A little bit more upbeat as well. Second favourite, Giants. Kind of just because it starts off with a clapping, which kind of helps drive it a bit better than the other songs. So it just was like a bit more interesting.
That's all you've got to say about that.
Literally, all the songs were so fucking boring that clapping
What?
literally is a standout thing.
Right.
My favourite was An Evening I Will Not Forget. Just because I loved the way it built throughout, but then they deliberately put a distortion on his voice. So it sounded like his voice itself was like changing and breaking throughout the song. So I really liked it. It was the only one which I noticed the building because his voice was actually changing throughout the song. And I thought it was quite an interesting effect to have on there. And I really enjoyed it. It kind of it got me involved. It was the only song that I felt involved in, like emotionally. Whereas every other song I was just disinterested by.
Literally, like nothing happens in that song. It's one of the most meh on the entire album. There's
On
no
Evening I Will
real
Forget.
punch to it. There's no
fucking hooks on any of the songs.
I don't understand. Like,
I don't understand how An Evening Forget is not
Like,
the most obvious build one.
No, I'm not saying it's not the most obvious build, but even the build never comes to anything massive.
None of them do.
Ever. Yes, they do. What Have I Done is a whole massive end. Rome
Can't
has
even
got-
remember it. Can't even remember
Oh
it.
my god, man! I'm gonna slap you after this, Denver.
Listening and not feeling.
Fucking hell!
Yeah,
I
just-
can't believe this. It's so crazy how like
Just,
perspective is just mad. I don't even
Just
get it.
boring. I want to lower my rating now because of how mad I am, but I'm going
to raise mine to counter that.
I'm
to
gonna raise
lowering.
mine.
I'm not lowering.
It's a 10,
rating.
boys.
Another 10.
Ratings time.
I rated it an 8.
I rated it an 8.
I rated it a 6.5.
I rated it a 5.
Why the fuck did you shit on it if you gave it?
Yeah, what the fuck?
What?
You never said it was bad.
Never acted like it fucking pained it.
It was meh, but he was still a good singer. So it gets a 5. 5 is a meh score.
What?
5 is like meh average.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like meh an average of two very different things.
I would
because
disagree.
it wasn't bad, but
I would say there's
Meh is like a 3, and average is like
meh is like
fine.
could leave it, could take it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if someone put that on, I'll be like, oh, fucking turn this off. Like, even Rome, I could listen to it. I just didn't find them interesting.
Yeah.
I just find it like odd that you were so strongly against it.
It's because I could feel, as the thing was going, I could feel you building up. So I was.
Like hostility wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to rip your head off regardless. Like, it didn't matter how you felt about it.
Ripping will begin.
Yeah, because like I say, I would still, like, if I was at, say, a festival and there was no one else good on, but Dermot Kennedy's on there, I'd be like, I'll go see him.
Who would you class as no one else good?
As in no one I knew.
What about like if someone like Sam Fender was on?
I would see, despite giving Sam Fender a higher rating, I would probably prefer to see Dermot Kennedy. Because I think I put it in my notes as I think he would be really good live.
It's always hard the second time you find out you're a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, but Sam Fender had better songs on there.
Hypersonic missile!
They were more interesting.
I mean, define interesting.
Where you're not reliant on just emotionalness.
It wasn't just emotional.
It was. All of them were emotional.
You're not relying on being.
I'd say Giants was emotional.
No, that's why it was in my top 3.
Oh, nice. Sick burn. Denver has no feelings.
Well, Sam Fender was a 7 and this was an 8.
Denver's the kind of guy that walks past those like charity pots and he drops a coin in, but actually it's on a piece of string and he like yanks it back out and he's like, nothing for you, children.
What did this get in total?
It scored 27.5. Another one. Right. We've had 3 27.5s in the last 5 picks.
Another one. Well, don't worry. You're going to change it with this next album, Denver.
Probably.
You're going to break the trend.
The next album pick is Royal Blood, Royal Blood.
Yay! I fucking love
don't
Royal Blood.
When have you liked Royal Blood, Joe?
Love Royal
What are you
Blood.
talking about?
Dude, ask Aidan. I've literally got 2 albums of them in my car when I was like,
They only have
I don't know what that is. They only have 2 albums.
there you go. So I literally both.
They are a great band. I'm a big fan.
Oh, I
I'm
fucking love
not. I
Royal
think they're
Blood.
quite boring, personally, but...
I go through fucking phases of like loving them, and then I'll just go.
I was going to say, because like every time I've ever picked up the Royal Blood album, you've always gone, nah, shit.
No, I fucking haven't.
So it's like, genuinely, you have. So don't put Royal Blood on, they're wank.
I fucking love
And I was like, Joe, I'm not looking for Royal Blood. The Mayday Parade CD's in here.
I fucking love Royal Blood.
Hey, you don't.
What are you talking about, Joe? You literally never talk about them ever.
I've never heard you mention
like,
them.
oh my god, they're my favorite band. I love all their songs. I like Change Loose.
Loose Change, you mean?
I
like Care More.
At one point, I would have put Royal Blood in my top 5 bands.
I think he's great. Mr. Royal Blood is my favourite singer.
Mr. Blood.
Sir Blood, as I like to call him.
What's your favourite? Don't look at Spotify, Joe.
Yeah.
List 10 of their songs.
To be fair, that's like half of their songs.
All
That's
right.
a bit
Come
unfair.
the fuck on, Will.
I can probably list like 5.
You like maths, do you?
Alright,
Yeah,
List 10 songs. They're all pretty.
Alright.
Right, they only have 20 songs,
figure
though.
it out.
10 is quite a lot.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
The one that goes da-da-da-da.
Oh,
Which
great
is like
start.
out of the black.
Could you name half of
The one that goes
fucking Biffy Clyro's songs?
da-da-da-da.
That's very different. They have about 50 albums.
Yeah, but the
Little
scale is the
Monster.
same.
No, the scale is not the same because here there's only 20 songs to remember.
Little
and that's about
Monster.
80.
You've asked me to do it, you're the
Yeah, I don't care. What's your closing thought, Joe?
Oh, fucking hell. Did you know that You can change your language on Facebook to pirate.